Hi there, my name is Matt Cole.
And I'm Brian Garrity.
And we are the producers of the Sexperts podcast. And we have a very special returning champion all the way from Colorado. I don't know. I don't know where you're from, but all the way in my living room, back in the studio, Ed motherfucking Phillips. Yay! I had to throw something in there. I don't know what your nickname is.
That's cool. I don't really... Ed is, I guess, my nickname. It's like an abbreviation of my full name, but... That's what I go by.
Good point. I guess technically Matt is my nickname too. We're learning a lot about each other.
Oh, and I guess Brad Guy is.
It's so good to have you back, and we're all vaccinated. We're all here, rubbing hands together and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, CDC said it's okay to podcast again.
I haven't stopped touching your hand since I got here. It's been great.
And it's just loving. I love it. Well, talk to me. What have you been doing during the pandemic and now in the transition out of the pandemic? What's going on?
So I guess kind of in the early part of the pandemic, I was doing or attempting to do some daily videos, just kind of from my apartment and stuff. Yeah. And that was pretty fun, but also very tiring. So I did that for off and on for probably like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And now I'm just kind of writing again and trying to kind of get some scripts ready for post pandemic when we can actually film things regularly and all that.
Well, yeah, it was so awesome to see you doing stuff, and everybody kind of took the pandemic in their own way, but sometimes I was kind of disappointed that people kind of stepped back and it's like, I'm going to take a break from comedy. And we were so glad because Brian and I are both huge fans of yours. We're like, yes, we wanted the content. I will say it is like it is hard, because especially when people like stuff and you're like, oh God, they really like this. Now I have to keep on doing this. I remember you did like something. I think I forgot this.
Sometimes you keep doing it even if they don't like it, like this podcast.
Zing! Fuck you, Brian. All right. It was something, you took a word and you made a sketch out of it or something?
Yeah. So I was getting like...
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one-word suggestions from my Facebook friends, and then I would write a sketch based off of the suggestion.
Yeah. And then, so you only did a few of those or for a few months or?
Yeah, I think I ended up doing around 30 or 40 of them.
Oh, wow.
But they're
actually,
short,
I have some catching up to do. Yeah, I think I missed the majority of those, to be honest. So, I don't.
You probably unsubscribed in a drunken fit. Fuck this prolific motherfucker.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was like for, I think, the month of April. I did one every weekday, and I did.
Holy shit.
I did that another time, but I think I switched it to 3 a week because 25 sketches was kind of wild.
That's insane. How many of those? I mean, it's kind of like anything, like you do something a lot, but only like 1 or 2 of them like hit or whatever. How many, like, what was your batting average? Like, what'd you like out of all those 30?
I don't know. I think like maybe half of them were things that I was like, this is great. And then the other half was things that was like, well, I made it.
Yeah. And you made it in a day. So that's really fucking impressive. That's so cool. I was thinking of something and I forgot it. So I'm just going to go on. Brian,
where should people go to find them?
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
On on Facebook, you can find it under Oso Rojo, OSO-ROJO, 2 separate words. Our profile picture is the red panda.
Yeah.
It's very Norfolk appropriate. And the same thing on Instagram and YouTube, Oso Rojo.
Yeah, I remember what I was thinking. It was about me, because I don't know if you guys saw, I did this thing that was really fucking popular, and I had to shut it down. I did stupid quotes, inspirational. I did one for you, Brian. I don't know if I did one for you, Ed.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was black and white photos, and then it's something stupid that you wrote on Facebook. I sharted, but it looks like really, really black and white. And everybody was like, do one for me, do one for me. And it got really difficult because some people it got me looking at people's Facebooks and how they use them. Some people only write informational stuff. They only post links to CDC and I can't do anything for you. You just maybe I should have just done a black and white picture and a link for the CDC, but it got really hard. It's hard to please people. And I just stopped doing it. And people bring it back. And it's no, hopefully they forgot. Now shit. Now they remember it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
they're listening. Fuck. Now they remember your shit. They're like, oh, do it again, Ed. I'm going to say, do it again, Ed. Any of those that you're going to turn into fooling sketches? some of those 15 that were really good.
Oh yeah. I definitely would like to revisit some stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you're trying to throw down like one every day or 3 a week, it's definitely crunch time.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff where it's like I wish I had more time to develop this. So I might go back. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Brian, go back through his stuff. I will too, and we'll mark down the ones.
15.
Yeah, pick the 15 and be like, you got to do this. You got to do this. What else? What else are you working on?
Well, he did a lot of our shows.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
A lot of our improv shows.
Yeah, and thank you for that. It was crazy, and the way that Brian and I dealt with it is just like doing shows and kind of like you, like doing sketches and doing stuff just to kind of keep up with each other. So again, thank you for being part of that, because if you turned us down, we would have been sad. We would have cried.
One of my favorite pandemic memories is when he took down his background and he was at his uncle's house.
Because we just took it for granted that it was like always in his room, but he's like, no, I have a mobile setup. I could be anywhere. I was like, where has Ed been this entire time?
He's like, I'm at my uncle's house doing a 15-minute spot on Real Funny.
Look behind you, Ed. I got you saw the Spawn, the Kickstarter. Talk about action figures. What are you into now? You got a Son Goku hat on.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z represent. I think right now the big thing as far as action figures is X-Men. Hasbro, they do the Marvel Legends line, so they just released a bunch of new X-Men, and they got this really cool Sentinel coming out. I think late this year.
Yes, you like that, Brian? Action figure talk,
bro. I'm so stoked. Last guest we had, we were talking Shakespeare. Now we're talking action figures.
Well, they have Shakespeare.
I hope the next guest wants to talk NASCAR.
Like, Ed, they have Shakespeare action figures. Do they?
I'm pretty sure they have to.
I would love to get a Macbeth action figure. That sounds so stupid, but I want it.
They have a Bob Ross action figure now.
Oh yeah, I'm not a huge. I mean, I like the guy, but I wouldn't get his action figure.
It's like $30.
I get an Ed Phillips action figure. That'd be fucking cool.
I'd get a Matt Cole if the hair was to scale.
Okay, so are we gonna be seeing you live places now?
Hopefully. I don't have any kind of live plans yet.
But you have been involved in something at Push recently. You were telling me about a moment ago.
Yeah, I was actually TAing for the 101 class.
That's so much fun. Yeah. It's magical watching Brad work, because he loves 101 so much, and he's so passionate about it and so good with the 101 students. Taking like people literally kind of off the streets, like anybody can enter 101, and you never like doctors, artists, lawyers, just
bankers.
Yeah, people from all kinds of backgrounds, and it's cool as a TA because you get to meet them and you get to see them like develop, and some of them stick around, and you remember it's like, hey, you were in the 101 class that I TA'd. So
commercial fishermen,
basically any job that Delilah Haydair has had.
Sportscasters.
Sportscasters. What's the one that the guy from The Simpsons does? I haven't watched that show yet.
The guy from The Simpsons does.
Hank Azaria. What show is he in? Where's his sports broadcaster? Because you watched it, didn't you?
I watched it until the FX took away my free login.
You sounded like, why'd they take that away from me? I think they want you to pay.
It was like,
I think they need to make money.
It was the guy's name. I can't remember.
I can't remember it either. Did you watch that show?
I did not.
I love it. Like he's just hanging back, like I want to watch them struggle. And then
I was like, oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah, no, I know. I like that show. I really like that show. Okay, so when's the grad show? Because that may even be in the theater, or
no? I think it's gonna be in the plot still. Okay. Like I said, we're not trying to rush anything, So, but that is actually this Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Okay. I'm not sure when this is going to be released. Maybe I'll just release it today. Whatever. Brockmire. Thank you. Because I was thinking, here's where my mind was thinking. I was thinking of Larry Wilmore for some reason.
I kept wanting to say Boondock.
Wilmore plus Boondock, Brockmire. I don't know why I was thinking about it. And then is Michael Stippelcussy a TA with you?
Yes.
Okay. So there's two TAs for that. And yeah, I can't wait.
You guys have like a competition going on? Like, is it a struggle, or are you guys still speaking?
You trying to vie for Brad's attention?
Yeah, it's like every time people turn their backs, we pull out lightsabers and we're just like dueling for supremacy.
Good Lord.
I want to take a poll of the one-on-oneers and see what their favorite TA is.
They'd probably pick Michael.
All right. So anybody listening right now, if you're in Push Comedy Theater's Improv 101, send an email to the what is our email? Sexpertspodcast@gmail.com.
That sounds good.
You were the one who always got it wrong. I always corrected you. Now I forget it because I haven't said it in a while.
The real Sexpert? No.
That's it. The real Sexperts@gmail.com. Yeah. So send us an email and just have one name. Is it Ed or is it Michael? And we'll tally them up and we'll release it to it. Unless
we'll
Michael
also accept Stip.
Stip. That's his cool nickname
That I gave him. That he loves.
Awesome. Well, congrats on that. It's a really fun, happy time for you.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm so awkward. Earlier, I was like, I'm just going to scooch by it, Ed. I was like, why did I say scooch? All right.
I'm watching you relearn how to be around people.
No.
I watched it last weekend and I'm watching it this weekend.
No, I've always been the same awkward motherfucker. And I play it up. Like,
I know that. That's true. But you were better at hiding it before the pandemic.
Yeah, fuck off. I do have nothing to lose now. I'm a crazy.
I've been through hell. I've been through hell.
Okay, so Oso Rojo.
Yes.
TA.
Yes.
What else? What else? How else can we check you out, or what else are you working on?
That's kind of it.
Okay.
I don't have too much going on. Like I said, I'm mainly trying to kind of write again and kind of get back into the regularity of that, if that's even a word.
So with a goal of what? Are you like for Dumpster Dudes or?
Like I would like to just get back to basically doing everything I was doing.
Yeah.
Can we define Dumpster Dudes for our listeners?
Can you do it yourself and not be condescending? See, I have nothing to lose. I am raw and uncut, uncircumcised, baby.
For those listeners who are not aware, Dumpster Dudes is a very popular sketch group out of Push Comedy Theater, featuring our current guest Ed and several other dudes who, through a lot of their shows, are dressed as like they're in jail. But I guess also like they work for the sanitation department. It's confusing.
I don't get their theme.
Billy Arthur's in it, so it's gonna be weird.
It's commentary.
Did Brian nail it?
Yeah, you read our Wikipedia. I see.
I guess
I read it. I wrote it.
I guess he is right. I never thought about it because they're in orange jumpsuits, which are like traditionally prison.
Every time I see them,
I never thought about it.
Every time I see them, I get the animals.
The Orange is the New Black theme song.
Yeah.
That actually came
to define it for our listeners.
See how I do it, Brian? I am my filters off.
Yeah, that actually came from when we did like our first kind of live show as the Dumpster Dudes, because Dumpster Dudes was kind of the brainchild of Brett Bounce, where we would do an online streaming improv show. Yeah. And it was called Dumpster Dudes. And
you guys were streaming before the pandemic?
What the fuck?
Holy shit. I thought the technology didn't exist.
Oh, we brought it back.
Also, Brian, don't look at how many like followers and subscribers Brett has.
Oh,
it's gonna
humble brag, but Brett retweeted me on Twitter this week.
Oh, shit.
And I started getting like likes from random people. I'm like, what the shit? And I looked at his profile. I'm like, okay, he's got a following.
I need, no offense, Ryan. Again, my filter's off. I need to be better friends with Brett and less friends with you. Because you equals no subscribers, Brett equals...
No, like if I get 2 more Brett retweets, I'm going to be just like him.
Yeah.
I just need to write 2 more great fart jokes. Because apparently that's what it takes.
Oh, go back. So you streamed... I didn't know about this.
Yeah. I think that was probably like 2016 or 2017. But we were doing that show, and then we got a live show, like a stage show at Kazi's in Newport News. And when we did that show, our theme was that we were doing it as a community service. So we had the orange jumpsuits and the reflective vests. And like the kind of the running joke was that we were on like work release from prison.
So it does
make sense. Okay.
Wow.
Because I assumed you guys were like garbage men because it's a dumpster.
I hope people listen to this because
this is origin.
This is important.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Except for the live stream, which everybody did watch because they have more followers.
Because they're huge on the internet.
Yeah. Damn. I'm gonna call up Brett right now. Okay. Love me, Brett. Okay, well, this is exciting. We're glad to have you back. We're glad to have you in the studio. You're like our second guest back. So sorry you weren't the first, but it's just scheduling. And I have no filter.
It's no reflection of our personal preference.
Is this like the Joe Rogan podcast now, where I'm just saying whatever I want? Am I like Howard Stern? This is cool. This is fun. Hey, fuck the patriarchy. Oh, this is this is good.
I picture Joe Rogan saying "fuck the patriarchy." His subscriber count plummets. That's not the content I'll come here for.
When he fucks the patriarchy, it's just masturbation.
I hope he listens to this, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Make me famous, Joe. Retweet my fart joke.
All right, it's always fun talking with you, hanging out with you. Anything that we missed? Anything else to plug? Where to find you, Instagram, all that stuff.
I don't think so. Oh, I did some TV commercials recently.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, for this place, Kellum Mechanical. So that was cool.
Congrats.
I think that's like the only other like new thing going on for me.
How'd you get hooked up with that? Are you part of an agency or?
No, yeah, I kind of pre-pandemic, I was doing this show at the Brick Anchor Brew House, and it was like a short formy improv show.
Yeah.
And this guy from Channel 10, he saw me doing that show, and he had asked if I'd be interested in doing like some commercial work, and I was like, yeah, and try it out.
Holy shit, that's a fun origin story too. Like that's cool. Like he just was like, hey, come do this. And like, whoa, and it wasn't porn. That's great.
And up until like after I left, I was like, could be, maybe this is an intro.
Yeah. I watched The Deuce recently, so I'm like, everything in my mind is porn, and also I watch porn. Okay. Well, let's go on to the episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.